Damn, that's blurry. Hello, good morning, good morning. Now. Okay, good morning. I just got out the shower, washed my hair, face, all that good stuff. There it goes, okay. I did a hello one viewer here on Restream through TikTok and Kick. I'm also live on YouTube Live. Got the shower, washed my hair, face, all that good stuff. Because I'm not leaving looking gross. I was doing things weird. My hair, texting someone back. Okay. I did a workout last night with the dumbbell, the 15-pound dumbbell. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. It's because my phone was dying. Because I have to keep my phone charged for the most part, so I film. Because I have so much content on my phone and tablet and stuff. And my laptop doesn't have the greatest quality, but I still use it. It's easier to make longer videos compared to my tablet, my phone, and stuff. Because I don't have enough room, because I have so much stuff on there. Okay. Yep. Okay, I do have a topic in mind today. Good morning, good morning. I can't go live on TikTok because I still cannot get in my account. My account's still permanently banned, so I'm gonna try later on, and I pray that and hope that the appeal goes through, because I worked so hard, like I said, to get to 730 subscribers and everything, and that fucking sucks. And I've seen TikTok do that before. Like, this person almost got like 10,000 subscribers, and they were like at 999, yeah. And they freaking took their account down for no reason. So you start from scratch, so that sucks. And I did make a new account, so go follow me on there. It's the same one, Chris_San _30 _backup account. So that fucking sucks. So hopefully I get up subscribers on that one so I can go live, because that's how I make money and extra money on the side. And I enjoy it. That's my main thing, the TikTok. And YouTube Live hasn't been great lately. I did a live yesterday. I had more people, but wasn't as what it was at the beginning. So yeah, I still have a freaking sinus headache, unfortunately. Anything? Give me a second. Yeah, it definitely is, yeah. And I don't do social media full time, unfortunately, so let's see if you're on stream. That's also, like, that's why as well. Once, in the future, when I can go, when I can do it full time, it'd be great. So yeah, I did a workout with the dumbbell. I did like a 20-minute workout, and with the just the 15-pound dumbbell. Did a couple of these, stuff like that, and it was really effective. My arms were killing me afterwards. I should have recorded it. I'm going to use it on my one these days. Okay. And what else did I do? Watch some dumb Netflix TV show. What's that fucking show called? Like, Love is Blind, that dumbass show called Love is Blind. I watch it for entertainment and for videos. Because I review it. I used to review a lot of reality TV. I don't do that anymore. I mainly focus on, the dance. Speaking. I should go back to reacting to videos. I started doing that kind of pull the button because I got started doing the OF shit like that. But yeah, I'll get back to it. Okay. Yeah. What else did I do? Good morning, everybody. Did y'all eat? Hello, one viewer here on YouTube land. What are y'all doing today? Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever it is, right? Do y'all drink? You also drink water when you get up. This is face oil. This is just what this works for me personally because I have a really dry forehead. My forehead gets extremely dry, so I don't put makeup on my forehead for that reason because it would just dry up. So I did put makeup on last night. Well, tonight, yeah, earlier, but yeah, okay. I just put in this bottle because it's easier. It's a mixture of things. I do use moisturizer as well, but I'm just using this for now because it's lighter. I'm not trying to clog up my pores right now. Really get that in there. Okay. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, I did put some makeup on. I took some pictures for, a web show like that, so yeah. I will post those, I will post those soon. And I did a live on X Hamster for like 15 minutes, because that's the time usually. It's like 15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes or something, yeah. But it went good. Tried some shit on, whatever. I made some money, so that's great. Okay, let me get this shit going. I have until 9:30. Okay. I did a little red moment. Like a red like jumpsuit, those heels in those pictures. Okay. Some good, nice makeup look. But yeah, I do have a topic in mind. So the topic today is back to school. I have 2 scratches here because my ring, I think it's this, yeah, the red one. I accidentally went like that, and I have long nails. My nails are kind of long, so I accidentally scratched myself. So let's take a while heal, but yeah. So back to school, right? Back to school, that sucks for the kids. I'm so fucking happy I'm no longer in school. School fucking sucks. I hated school as a kid. School was terrible. Hello, hi, how are you? Like, I remember when I was a kid and was back to school, and I would dread that shit. Like, and then, of course, when I was a kid, right, I went to this one middle school. It's weird to explain. So it's called Ice 51. I brought up in a video, right? We started at 7 a.m. We had, like, it was a public school, but we had, like, IDs. It was strange. So we had, like, Truth right there. Truth. I like, nice, thank you. I got this sweater from Old Navy. I have it in pink as well. And I have pajama pants on. I'm just gonna get right after this, yeah. I love this sweater. It's oversized. I love white. This sweater was, like, hella expensive. This sweater was, like, $40. Because Old Navy is expensive. But it's worth it. Yeah, back to school fucking sucks. And where I live, right? I live, like, on a hill in a cul-de-sac again. And you hear like I live near bus stops. Like, there's a bunch of bus stops, so you don't even have to drive here. You can literally just take the bus. It's right there. And you hear the kids screaming on the bus, like, ah! And look at your channel when you're putting out some impressive. Thank you. Hello, good morning. And you can hear the kids on the bus screaming, ah! And like, thank you. And yes, I do one-on-ones, not on here though. Maybe one of these days, but I do them on X Hamster. And the school buses here, they are like old and raggedy. So, you can hear the stuff like that, right? Like, these buses are hella old. Like, they need new buses. Can we do one today? Nope, not today. Like those buses. Yeah, you can DM me. Hello, Reese. Hello. So these buses are hella old, and they're all they're it sound like they're breaking down. So they go up the hill. I cannot. I'm doing something right now. I'm doing something right now. So I can do right now. I don't reply to all my messages because it's just so many, but I do see them. So the kids are on the bus because the windows are down, right? And they're like, ah! Like it sounds like the kids are holding on to dear life. Hello, 8 viewers here on Restream. Oh my gosh, come on. And when I was in school, I hated fucking school. School was terrible. I could not wait to get out of school. School was like the worst thing to me. And it wasn't because I was like picked on or whatever, really. I mean, everyone was like picked on to a certain degree, but I just fucking hated it. There was too many people. I didn't learn the way others did. Like, I had to learn at a slower pace because, speech impediment, stuff like that. Like, moved around a lot. So, fun fact about me. I didn't learn how to talk until I was like 5. I'm not even kidding. Like, the thing is, like, I knew how to talk. I just didn't want to because I was spoiled. Not spoiled, well, I was, but because I was a stubborn kid. Like, I just didn't want to learn. Some people are slow learners, right? They just don't want to learn at that certain time. So, went to a school to learn how to talk for like a year and a half. That was my first school. And ever since then, I never stopped. I never shut the fuck up. So, yeah, school is not for me. Elementary school, hated all of it. I especially hated high school. And watching like the back to school commercials, I'm like, oof, those poor kids, that sucks. So, my mom, single mom, right? She would get me all the supplies, stuff like that, right? I have the same band that I top from yesterday. It's clean. I washed it. I'm not keeping this on because my hair is wet and then I'm soaking again, so I can scrunch it, and I'm not trying to drip everywhere. So that's why I wear a hoodie or something. My mom would get me all the supplies, right, like sticky notes, shit like that. Notebooks, pencils, coloring pencils, crayons, markers, binders, folders, shit like that, right? And we didn't even use majority of that stuff. We didn't. And then we had to share. And my mom was like, what do you mean we gotta share? Like, this is for my child. Because you should be getting your own stuff. And we always went early. We always went, like, in the middle of summer or something, early on before, right? We didn't wait till last minute, because those parents who wait till last minute are stupid. And, we would get, like, the cheapest stuff possible, but whatever, it worked. And it's like, the supply list was insane. Like, I didn't realize how expensive all that shit was until I was an adult. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how are these parents how are these parents affording this for one kid alone? But they have like fucking 5 children and shit. And it's like, how the fuck are you affording this? Like, stop having fucking kids if you can't afford this shit. Like, notebooks, oh my gosh, like everything, obviously, everything has gotten so much expensive now. You can't even like buy something cheap now. I remember we used to go to Staples. Staples used to be a thing. I don't think Staples is around anymore. No one really goes to there anymore. We get stuff there too. A little pricey, but it was worth it. Like the marble notebooks, the erasers, the pencils, stuff like that, right? And didn't even use half that shit. And the worst thing about school was just being around kids. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't even like kids. And that's that is the main factor why I don't. Well, there's a lot of factors why I don't want kids, but because I didn't like kids, I'm working after this. That's why I'm getting ready. So as a kid, I didn't like kids. I didn't like the kids. I wanted to be with adults. I wanted to be all by myself, and that was always a problem for the teachers. The teachers would be like, "Oh, go play with the kids." Nope, don't want to do that shit. I want to be by myself or with adults. Always gravitate towards older people. Or want to be alone. That's it. Like, I didn't want to fucking play with kids. So, the teachers thought I was weird, which I was weird, but I just didn't want to socialize. I was a very introverted kid. Like, I wasn't necessarily, I wasn't shy, but I was more quiet than I am. Well, I would say I'm pretty much the same now. Just a little bit more, more confident, more, I want to say social, adaptable. Wasn't adaptable when I was a kid because my life was chaotic because we moved so much and everything, no stability. So I'm better now. But I was wasn't friendly. I wasn't super friendly as a kid, but most kids aren't super friendly. I would say I'm friendly now. I'm friendly to a certain degree. I'm kind to a certain degree. But as a kid, I was an asshole fucking kid. I was an asshole child. I was hella mean, but kids are mean, and it is what it is. So I didn't have a lot of friends, obviously, because we moved around a lot as well. And it took me quite some time to make a friend in these schools because we moved so much as well. And when I made the friends, then it came easy. But keeping the friends was hard because obviously, if you moved a lot as a kid, then you understand. I remember when I was I'm pretty sure it was my first school, my first elementary school, yeah. I had this friend, this little white girl, friend, her name is Tatiana. She had brown eyes, she was really white like me, and she had brown curly hair. And her mother was a cab driver. And she would drop her off at my house, and I went to that school, I'm kidding, I went to that school for a year, 1 year. And that was the only friend I had. The only friend. And then I moved away. And that was the only friend my mom allowed over because my mom would not allow anyone over pretty much. I wasn't allowed to go to kids' birthday parties. I wasn't allowed to, hang out at kids' houses or sleep over. My mom was very strict, very, very overprotective to the point where I could not do anything. And of course, it got worse as a teenager, but I didn't listen to her. I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing, so I was always a rebellious child. I wasn't like my sister. My sister was terrible. She always used the oh, you're gonna end up like your sister. I never did anything my sister did. That's crazy, but I didn't listen. I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Don't tell me what to do. So that was my first school, right? What's in the second school? Do not remember the second school. Cannot tell you the name or anything like that. I don't think I had any friends there. I'm not sure. Not sure. Oh no, I did. No, it was PS. Was it? Yeah, it was PS22. I actually had quite a few friends who were people of all races, colors, stuff like that. Because New York, very diverse, Yeah, that was a better experience. I was in choir for I went to that school for 2 years probably, 2.5 maybe. I was in choir for that long. Hello, one person here on YouTube Live. Hello. So that definitely helped, and I did this on my own, the choir, because my parents, they never, ever, ever gave me validation. They were never like, oh, go on and make friends. Try this, try that. They never did that with me. They wanted me to stay home and cook, clean, keep to myself. They were not very encouraging. They didn't compliment me. So, like I said in my video, that's why I love social media so much, because it gives me the attention I want that I did not get as a child. They just never encouraged me to do anything really. All it was school, 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 school. School, go to college, get married, have a kid. I don't want that life. I don't want that. And obviously New York, you don't have a car, right? And if you do, you don't even drive it really because it makes no sense. Just literally walk everywhere because it's New York, it's a city, you know. Soak this so I can put it up like that. I usually do. So yeah, we walk everywhere. And the school I went to, I'm pretty sure it was the PS22. Yeah, PS22. This was in Staten Island. It's a borough in New York. People don't really know about it that much, especially like people from out the country. They don't really know about it that much. They obviously know what Brooklyn is, Manhattan, Queens, New York City, but they don't know what that is. So I lived on a hill, right? I'm pretty sure I lived on a hill. Did I live on a hill? I'm starting to forget. Yeah, I lived on a hill because I went to a school like 20 minutes walking distance after that. My first middle school, the one I just mentioned, I-51, right? So hello there, people here on YouTube Live. Don't be shy. Say hi in the comments. Good morning. So I would have to walk up that hill every single day, back and forth, because we didn't have a car. And my stepdad, well, he was my lifetime, but he still is, but they didn't want to drive me. And honestly, I'm glad they didn't because it taught me independence at such a young age. I raised myself a lot of the times. And I hated waiting for them. Like, they were always late. Like, there was never a time they were on time. Always late. Always. So, it taught me to be on time. And it taught me independence. So, the elementary school, when my mom would walk me, we were still late all the time. And then, like, it was a problem. And my mom didn't work, by the way. Both my parents didn't work. Like, they retired early. So it's like, what are you doing? It just made no sense to me. I just cleaned my ear, and my ear is so itchy already. I do that afterwards because, you know, get the shampoo, conditioner in the ear, and it's stuck in there. Your ear's clogged. I need to do this. Okay. So that was my second elementary school. And there's one, I have one story. So, you know what field day is, right? Body check, I have seen down the right, I washed it. I'm not leaving this on because my hair is wet, I'm not trying to trip everywhere. And pajama pants, that's it. Then we're going to change this because I'm trying to get my clothes soaked. So that was you obviously probably know what field day is. So, you go, you're outside, you're playing a bunch of things, games, whatever. It's like a carnival type of thing, right? Oh my gosh, it keeps dripping. I hated it. Normal child, because I was weird, would love that. I didn't like it. It was too many people. It was just too loud. You had to, be on a team, and I'm not a team person. I'm very much a lone wolf person. I do shit on my own. I don't like asking for help. I don't like being on a team. I do my own thing, simple as that. So I didn't want to do that shit, right? So I was like, how old was I? I was like 9? I'm pretty sure I was 9 because around the same time I got lice for the first time. And that my mom, for a couple of years, for like 3 years, she put Vaseline in my hair. I'm not kidding, and not just a little bit, like a whole, like I look like a helmet head, like a whole fucking glob of Vaseline because she was scared that the lights would come back. So I never knew what my natural hair color was until later on. My hair is wet right now, but my hair is actually like a light medium brown when it's really dry. When it's completely dry. So I didn't know, but yeah, it was just strange. That was also weird. So the field day. That field day was not working for me. I didn't fucking like it. You had to participate and be around, and I didn't like it. So my 8-year-old self, 9, no, I said 9, yeah, 9-year-old self, I was like, I'm just gonna not drink water and faint, and so I don't have to, participate, and it worked, because I was not doing that shit, and and child me was just as stubborn as adult me. Because you were not gonna get me to do shit I didn't want to do. I was like, I would fight you on that shit. I would be like, no, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I would talk back to you, argue, all that shit. Like, that shit was just absolutely not happening. And I drove my mom crazy. Try to get this clip. Like, I literally did not learn how to tie my shoes till I was like, oh, how this hurts. 10. I'm not even kidding. Because, again, me as a child, very stubborn. I honestly think I was. At least you're honest about it, How's it going? It's going good. How about you? And I honestly think I was above the times. Like, I was very, extremely adamant on getting Velcro shoes. Like, I'm like, why would I want to tie my shoe when I can use Velcro shoes? And look where we are now. Velcro shoes are all the rage. I was above my time. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time learning how to tie my shoes when I can use Velcro. Like, I was on point. I knew what was up. So I had to, my mom forced me to learn how to tie my shoes when I was like 10, because she was like, I'm not getting Velcro shoes anymore. And so before that, if I didn't have Velcro shoes, it was like their slip-ons, or those ugly fucking jelly sandals, the jelly sandals that make your feet sweat, or like the Chinese slippers, whatever, right? And if I didn't have those, it was just sneakers, I would like I knew how to do, like this, but I didn't know the rest of it, like the bunny ears. I would tuck it in. I would what is it, the thing, that goes out like that, and tie it around. That's how I do, because I'm not fucking like tying those shoes. I was a very stubborn kid. And then another story. My mom sent me to day camp, not overnight camp, not summer camp, day camp. What time is it? One time, no, I'm kidding, because she was trying to attempt to get me to, talk to other kids, try at the very least. That shit was not happening. I was like, oh, that shit happened. So I went to the day camp, right? And again, I wasn't a shy kid, but I just didn't. I've always had a problem with authority. I don't like people. I've never liked people telling me how to live my life, what to do. Still the same right now. So I went to this day camp, right? Time to scrunch. And we had to do a play. Dress up, do a play, entertain the adults. And everyone else was on board with it besides me. And I literally was there. Like, I was like probably around the same age. And give me a second, let me just do this side for a second. And all the kids were like, okay, yay, let's do this. But me being an asshole, I'm like, I'm not doing that, absolutely not. And they're like, Chris, come on. I'm like, no. So I literally sat there. Like, I remember this very, very vaguely. I sat there on the stage floor, and I sat crisscross applesauce and went. Made me. Like, I was just a stubborn fucking kid. I didn't want to do that shit. Can't do loops. Some people can't. So, I'm sitting there still, standing my ground, like a true American I am. I'm kidding, it's not about politics. And, they're trying to convince me, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. So they call my mom, And my mom's just, I'm on the phone with my mom, right? You have to go to the payphone because we had payphones back then, the pay on the wall. And my mom was like, just do it. Like, just make everyone happy. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. So that wasn't happening, right? So I go back to being, and they're like, okay, well, since one person doesn't want to do it, we can't do it, right? And then I had to go to the fucking counselor's office or whatever, and they're like, why don't you want to do it? I'm like, because I don't want to. They're like, oh, why can't you just like do it for? I'm like, no, like, I'm not doing that. And they're asking me a bunch of questions and shit like that. And And then after a while, I just stopped answering questions. Like, I just sit there silent. Because I was an asshole. Like, I was just not going to do what everyone else was doing. That's very true to me now. Yeah, those are some interesting stories. I've always been a very perseverant person, very relentless, very hard-headed. Like, I was just always going to do my own thing. Like, that shit was not going to happen. Oh, I didn't finish the story about the, date, field day. So the field day, came and you're on the bouncy place, whatever working day wasn't doing. So I came up with a plan and it worked. I fainted and they're like, are you okay? So I remember waking up in the nurse's office. Dehydrated and shit. My mom was like, what happened? And I'm like, obviously lying to her. And I'm like, oh, like I was having so much fun, which I wasn't. I forgot to drink water. And they're like, oh no, like you just rest. So I have to do shit. And I'm like, okay, good, it worked. Only did it one time, and that was the only time we did a field day. Because then obviously you transition to middle school. So the middle school I went to, right? The first middle school, sorry. It was called I-51, like I said. It was strange. You had to be there to understand. So it was a public school. It was. But it was like I-51 Mark Hamilton, something like that. Whatever the founder, I forgot now, but yeah. And it was like, we had academies in there, so if you were put in a certain academy, there's like engineering, which you didn't learn that shit. Whatever else there was, right? Everyone else who was in there with you was part of that academy with you. Like, you would literally have like an ID. Like, my ID was purple. Yes, I was. I just didn't want to fucking listen. And you had to carry it around with you. And the picture, of course, was not terrible because it's the fucking 90s. What do you, not the 90s, it's 2000, what do you expect? And the weirdest thing was, okay, so, I can't remember what class I was in, but I swear to God, like, my class had the worst people. It's like they took, like, the most rambunctious, stubborn fucking children and just grouped us together, right? So we had homeroom, obviously. My teacher's name was Miss Chung. It was math. Homeroom, and then it was math. And then math in the morning. Who the fuck wants to do math in the morning, right? And then other classes. But this is the thing. So, it's not soaked enough. If you were assigned to a certain class, right? A bunch of people. Those were the people you stayed with all fucking day. Like, even in lunch. Like, you did not, like, in other middle schools, like, you, like, go to different classes with different people. No, you were stuck with these people all fucking day. So you really got to know people. You really got to know these people on a personal level. You really got to see them shine at their worst, at their best. Good, bad, ugly, everything. So you had every single fucking class with them. Even lunch. It's not a class, but yeah. Every class with them. So it was strange. So you were sick of those fucking people. And again, like I said, my class was filled with a bunch of bad people, and I wasn't a great student. I mean, I wasn't like as bad as them, but I wasn't a great student. I would talk back. I would never do my homework. I would interrupt. Like I wasn't a great student. I was never a great student, especially in high school. I'll get to that. So you were stuck with them all the time, and then we had like, and this school was like as big as like a college. It was gigantic. There were so many stairs, and you could not enter the other academy. I'm saying academy loosely because that's what they called them. You know, stairwells, whatever, stuff like that. Rooms you couldn't visit. Obviously, you can't, but whatever. You couldn't do it in general. So there's one time, my parents were very strict. They're like, okay, well, if you're not doing anything after school, then you come home. You can't see your friends. And we had a park, like literally right next to it. It was like, like the fences, not fields, like basketball courts, whatever, stuff like that, right? We had tennis courts. I don't know how the school afforded it because that school was hella old and cheap. And by the way, this school was built on a cemetery. Yes, it was built on a cemetery. Like the cemetery wrapped around where I lived. It was like blocks. And if you would, and I lived in a townhouse like down like at the bottom of the hill, and it was like the third, fourth house, so I'd have to go down that hill every single day. And one time I almost got kidnapped. Sorry, it was like a white van, right? And I've always been an observant kid, like I said. So I was like, okay. And when I stopped, the van stopped. So I walked forward again, stop again. I'm like, okay. And then I did it one more time and I ran. Never told my parents because then they would drive me and I would always be late. Because you're not working. Like, how are you always late, but whatever. So yeah. It was built. Do you sell warrant dogs? No, I don't do that. I'm not trying to, like, send anyone to a hospital. No, thank you. I understand people like that, but that's just not me. So the school's built in a cemetery. So if you go to my backyard, because it's a deck, there's a deck. You could see the cemetery in the backyard. So that school was haunted. Like you would go to the back room and hear noise and shit like that. It was fucking creepy. It was very creepy. And on the first day of the school year of 6th grade, I literally got my period. I'm not even kidding. I literally got my period. And I did not know what a period was because my mom did not teach me fucking shit. Like, hair, makeup. Did not know. I used to watch that Canadian show, Degrassi, and that's where I learned about it, but I didn't, like, really know about it because my mom didn't teach me any of that stuff. Because she wasn't, like, the most feminine woman. Like, we never did, like, shopping trips, girls' day, never. What color? Nude. We never did that. So you couldn't enter the, other academies, floors. It was stupid. There was one time it was after school, and, I would tell my parents what lights. So I was like a professional liar with my parents. So I would, stay after school, doing some student. I was fucking doing that shit. I was going to the park because we had a park attached there. And I would, sneak hang out with my friends because my parents wouldn't fucking let me do shit. And we're going up the stairwell, right? And there's a bunch of fucking stairwells. So many. Like, you can literally... Like, that was the perfect place to play hide and seek there. Because no one would find you. So we're walking up, like, the stairwell. And they had security guards there. Because when you enter the front of the school, they did the... like, to make sure you don't have anything on you. And there was a security guard at the front desk as well. So the security guard caught us and we ran. And this security guard was like, he was a roly-poly. Like, he was hella fat. He was very round, very fat. And he didn't catch us, but yeah. That school was fucking weird. It was weird. And people would hang out in the graveyard. Like I said, like the school was like blocks and blocks. It was crazy. Yeah, the one, yeah. Yep. You can have anything on you. Nowadays, you can bring a fucking pocket knife to school. No, absolutely not. Keep that shit at home. Because you're going to stab someone. and it should never resort to that. And I don't care if the person bullied you, it should never resort to that. So, like I said, it was blocks, 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 and blocks, right? And once you got at a certain point at a block, from the entrance to the school, and near the entrance, so it was like, the school, you go down this way, and it was like the back of the school, and then next to it, it was the fence, and there was houses, so townhouse. So people literally live right there, and there's a lot of kids I knew that like lived right there at the townhouses. So they would literally leave their apartment and go around. So you would eventually go down the block, right? Like a couple blocks down, and there was the opening to the graveyard, and you could just walk in there. And I would see people fucking hanging out there. I hung out in there one time because I always had a different group of friends, and I was creeped out and never did it again. Like someone would smoke and shit like that, having sex, making out, and I had a friend who was bisexual, like girl, and she would go in there and do crazy shit. I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Like on the ground, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, that school was interesting. And then the next school I went to, because I only went there for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. This is when I moved to Texas, right? I went to a middle school for 1 year, literally 1 year, and it was called, oh my gosh, what was it? It was called Wayside, like Wayside Middle School, literally, like one word, Wayside. And I lived like in a neighborhood, and it was right there. It was literally right there, the entrance. But my parents were there. My parents again didn't want to drop me off because again they weren't working. My parents didn't work in drive, which is also strange because I have to. When I explain that to people, they're like, "Huh?" I'm like, exactly, it's weird. I don't know. My childhood was so fucking strange. It wasn't normal. Because usually parents work, but they didn't. And we somehow still had money. I think we were more middle class than poor, but they liked me because they're still paying for my spoiled stepbrothers, in tuition, college student loans. When he was a grown-ass man, he could pay for himself. But yeah, like the school. So my house was like at the end of the cul-de-sac, like the very end. So I had to walk all those blocks. It was fine, but it was so fucking hot. It was so hot, and at first it was strange because I was so used to New York and I still had my accent slightly. Like you can tell I'm from New York somewhat, but it wasn't like a strong New York or Boston accent. So it was new to me, right? And I was depressed at first, and I would wear like black all the time, so I was just depressed because I was like emo, wasn't really emo, whatever, but it was just new to me. Like I wasn't used to people being so nice. Like people would honk, would walk by, drive by, and be like. And if you're from New York or anywhere near that, or you know of New York, we don't do that shit there. It's not our culture. We're very much like fuck off. Like fuck off, coming good morning, good night, good day. I'm tired. Leave me alone. So I wasn't used to that. It took a while to get used to it, and I stuck out like a sore thumb. Not because I was like light skinned, because like my hair was a lot dark. It wasn't my hair's never been black, by the way. Like naturally, I dyed it black, but didn't look good. But yeah, like hello for another viewer, fourth viewer here on YouTube Live. Thank you to the viewers, to two viewers here on Restream. Like my hair, it was like a medium brown, which is somewhat relatively the same now. Well, I can tell now no more because I take care of my hair. But yeah, like I stuck out like a sore thumb because the majority of women there were blonde. So if you see a brunette, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And I tried out for the volleyball team. I'm just gonna have left, okay. Right? Try for the volleyball team. And because I want to make some friends, join clubs, right? And again, in this school, again, my parents did not encourage me to join anything. So I did this on my own. Every time I joined the club, I joined it on my own. Because they're very much like, oh, you go to school, you come back, you do homework. That's all I did in high school. I'm going to get through this. So I tried for the volleyball team, and back then, obviously wasn't as strong as I am. You obviously know what I look like. I'm very lean. I take care of myself. I'm healthy. So when I, in volleyball, you obviously have to. And I sprained my wrist. I literally sprained my wrist. I was just very weak like then. And I was shorter back then. I was like 5'1", 5'2", and again, very skinny as well. Like I said before, I just did not grow. Lost child. I was, a prenatal, like 34 weeks, something like that. It wasn't extreme, but still, like, and I just didn't grow. Like, I could not fucking gain weight to save my life. Like, I was still probably then, like, 98, 95 pounds, maybe 100 with clothes on, but 95 pounds soaking wet. I just could not gain weight, so it was not, that also was part of it, but yeah. And then we had to do track, and these motherfucker teachers would make us walk, run, and sprint in the middle of summer, because Texas is hot, obviously. I just gotta, I saw this sinus headache, it's terrible. And I hate taking shit, because it makes me tired. When it was, like 100 plus degrees, so people would faint all the time, and they'll be like, drink water. It is too fucking hot to do this. I don't know if they still do this till this day. I hope not. And we had to do, lacrosse as well. We had to go on hills and shit. Like, they're fucking training us for the Olympics and shit. I hate that shit. And I had bigger boobs back then. Like, yes, my boobs look small. Sorry, my boobs look big now. My boobs still look big because it's the shape of them, whatever. But my boobs looked big. Definitely, it looked even bigger back then because I was, skinnier than I am now. I was not healthy. I was underweight. So you put big boobs on a body like that, and they look huge. So the boobs jiggle right. And I was not confident. I was not. I hated them. Like, all the other girls had really small boobs, really small A cups. I was so jealous because I wanted those. And I did have those once upon a time, but then when I was like 14, because when I was 13, so I thought flat chest. When I was 14, my boobs went from like that. And of course, you gain a lot of attention like that. So I hated that. It was terrible. And we had, the coach, whatever. I remember this lady. Like, and when I looked at her, and obviously I watched enough, like, MTV, Degrassi, and stuff like that, to know what a lesbian is. This woman was full-on fucking dyke. Full-on dyke. And I remember this lady specifically. I don't remember her name, but she was really white like me. Probably, maybe a little bit lighter. She had bright blonde hair. Like, I'm talking, like, bright, like Taylor Swift's original hair color, like bright golden blonde hair. And then she had the middle part like that. She had, it was literally the dyke haircut. Her hair was like probably up to here, like the sideburns, the eyebrows, really thin blonde eyebrows. She had bright blue eyes. She wasn't ugly, she was beautiful, but like, she looked like a straight up lesbian. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah. And then she had like the micro bangs, like pulled to this, so the middle part and the micro bangs like that, and she would sometimes swoop them up, and it was like a little bit along the side, but that's what she looked like. And a lot of the girls weren't comfortable because it's like she would be in the locker room with you and watching you, not insinuating anything, but it was uncomfortable. So we would be like, like doing that and shit. It's like, damn, okay, like you're in the fucking shower and shit, because we would shower afterwards and stuff like that. Like, big, oh my gosh, why are you watching us? She'd be like, ladies, hurry up. I always remember her. There was this one girl. I'm just okay. I'm telling you, I met weird fucking people. She was either Russian or Ukrainian. I'm very sure she was Russian. Her name was Alex, short for Alexandria. She wasn't like white. She was like kind of tan, like kind of like olivey skin tone. She had a huge nose, like a big Jewish nose. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, but the big nose. And she had really bad skin. And I was very lucky. I did not deal with acne all that much, besides, like hormonal acne every now and then, but I never had acne like that. She had the boils, stuff like that, right? This bitch was ugly. And not only was this bitch ugly, she was mean and a bully. She was terrible. And she spoke English. She learned English, so she was from Russia. But she learned English. Her English was great, but this bitch was hella mean. She picked on people because she was picked on, so her fingers, right? I cannot tell you what happened, but something weird with her fingers, like maybe it was like a birth defect or something. Like she walked straight, but like on her fingers on both hands, like she had missing fingers, and then like some of them, were cut off like this. I don't know what the hell happened. It was weird though. It was weird. Let me actually backpedal a little bit to my second middle school. It relates to fingers. There's two twins. They're from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is near Indonesia. It's also near Papua New Guinea. It's underneath. It's the long one, and it's also near Australia and stuff like that. And they're Polynesian. I'm pretty sure they're like near. They're in the Polynesian sense. On the map. I'm pretty sure Indonesian's like Asian. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sri Lankan. I think Sri Lankan's like, I'm not sure, whatever. But it was two twins, right? It was a boy and a girl. They were dark black hair, straight black, beautiful hair, and the girl really thick hair, and the guy had short hair. And this was fourth grade, by the way. And the girl wore like and y'all probably hearing me say this, you're like, how do you remember this stuff? I've always had a great memory. I remember a lot of things I don't want to remember, and things I'm like, okay, that's funny. She would wear these silver pants all the time. They looked good. People picked on her. I wasn't like that. I didn't pick on people. I kept to myself. And both of them. Okay, so look at my hands, right? Thumb. They both had two thumbs. I'm not even kidding. They both had two thumbs. So they both had 12 fingers. I've never seen that until then. I'm like, what the hell is that? It was a birth defect. Like, they both had two thumbs. Like, so a thumb between, so like this. And they can move them. I met some interesting fucking people. And there was this other guy in the same class as me. I remember it was this tall black guy. Thank you to the viewer here on Clapper. Thank you to the viewers here on Restream. Thank you to the viewer here on YouTube Live. His name was, I need a water break, give me a second. I think I'm actually going to eat something for this, which I usually don't, but my stomach's kind of like... It was a tall black guy. Tall, skinny black guy. This dude was ugly too. Like, he had the boils, the acne. I was a cute kid. I was never ugly. Like, things could have worked out, but I was a pretty fucking kid. I was not ugly. But anyways, yeah, so his name was Lamont. He was a tall black guy. And, he had like the braids, and his hair was dry as fuck. Dry as hell. What kind of mutant ninja... I don't know, girl. I do not know. I remember these people. They were fucking weird. They were weird. Actually did meet another person. Another person that was, had a birth defect. But yeah, so after this, Lamont, right? He was tall black guy, right? Acne, all that stuff. Big nose, big forehead, braids, dry hair. Looked like he didn't bathe. And this dude was obsessed with wedgies. Like, he was obsessed with girls' butts. Like, he would look at girls and be like, oh, you have a wedgie. He was fucking weird. He was weird. And there was this girl. I'm pretty sure she was Dominican. Her name was Argelis. Like, R and Jealous together. Can't spell it out for you, but she was so beautiful. Very skinny, very feminine looking, very cute. And dudes lusted after her in fourth grade. She was beautiful. Like, the guys liked her. And he liked her a lot. And he would always try to get her attention, and she never gave him attention. And I wonder where she is now, or she's a mom, because she was beautiful. She had curly brown hair, brown eyes, long lashes, skinny. Yeah. And there was this one dude. from the same class. His name was Frank. I'm pretty sure he was Dominican. He lived like a block down from me. This motherfucker, he was fucking weird. Like, he had control issues at that young age. He was strange. Like, and this dude, he dressed like a gym, like a fucking gym coach. Like, in the schools, like in the elementary schools, that's how he just, like, he wore this fucking tracksuit. All the time, like, this dude loved fucking tracksuits. Like, he had, the ones without the hood, like, pop like that. He had this one tracksuit I'm pretty sure he had multiple of them. And it was like black and red with white stripes, the stripe. And he just, like, this man never wore jeans. He just loved that fucking tracksuit. And then black shoes to match. I don't know what it was to him with tracksuits, he just liked them so much. And he was walking around like that shit looked good. It looked bad. And it wasn't look good. And he was, like he was brown. Brown skin. And he wore glasses, glasses without the black frames. I think black glasses with the black frames look the best. But yeah, so, the glasses without the frames. But this motherfucker looked hella nerdy. So fucking nerdy. He was short as fuck. He was short as fuck for a dude. And his hair, oh my gosh, like, he had, like, brown hair. No, it's not a dress, it's a hood. It's a sweater. It could be a dress. It kind of is. We're shorts underneath, but it's a hoodie, but yeah. And his hair, like, he had, like, because the middle part was in the 2000s, that shit like that. No one looked at it, not even, like, the boy bands. We are, like, a dress for us. I'm not doing that right now, because I'm other platforms, but maybe another time. And he had the middle part going on. His hair, like, he looked like he did not wash his hair. And his hair was part on the middle. It was like a light brown. It was like a medium light brown. It kind of matched his skin tone. And it was, like, glued to his head. And then he had kind of, like, the frilly bangs up here. That motherfucker was annoying, but yeah, weird. Okay. We're going to backtrack a little bit, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about my high school. Because I don't want to be here for another half an hour. So I'll tell more about that a little bit more about that another time. So yeah, I'll actually like skip the high school, and I'll say in the next one, because it's a lot more things happen. It makes more sense to have an hour for that. So my second middle school, right? There was this guy named Morgan. He was a white guy. And I remember what all these people look like. He was a super, super skinny white guy. Like, unhealthy skinny. Like damn, you don't eat. Like, he had, like, skinny arms, skinny legs, and he always wore, like, like navy or black. And he had, like, the skinniest jeans I've ever seen on a dude. Like, he would wear, like, these black jeans, these black shoes. It was specifically the shoes. It was like those fucking the skater shoes, the ones with the bulk at the bottom. Those ugly fucking shoes. And you can wear a t-shirt, whatever. And this dude was like hella white. Like, damn, like, I was white back then, still am, but he was like abnormally white. And he was blonde, like, not like golden blonde, but like an ashy blonde, like very light, ashy blonde hair. Eyebrows to match. And he had blue eyes. But the thing is with his eyes, he could not blink his eyes, y'all. I'm not even kidding. Like, this man literally cannot blink his eyes. Like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, something. I looked it up, I just can't remember it, but like, he had this condition where he could not blink his eyes. Like, what? And he wore glasses, by the way. He wore, like, the glasses with no frames. He was, and he had like squinty eyes, so he was always like, all the time, like, he just could not blink his eyes whatsoever. It was a condition. And it was strange. It was super strange. Well, actually, let me say one more thing about the high school, about the one weird dude I met in high school, and then I'll leave the rest for another stream, for the next stream. And then I'll say everything I usually say. So, the one weird fucking dude in high school I met. The weirdest of them all. The most asshole-ish, weirdest fucking dude. Thank you to all viewers here. I hope y'all are enjoying my crazy life, my stories. This all real, by the way. I have no reason to lie. I swear to God, this all happened. I just had a weird life. His name was Justice. Like, Justice? White dude. Very white. Very white. Just as white as me. And he had dark hair, right? Dark, like kind of like the mohawk type of hair. You probably know what I'm talking about. Like Danny Phantom. He had hair like that. And if you're my age or I'm a little bit younger or older, you probably know what I'm talking about. Or you have a younger sibling, you probably know what I'm talking about. I didn't have to, hopefully this doesn't, settle. But, it's stuck. His name was Justice, right? And very white, like I said. Don't know his eye color, whatever. Big nose, whatever. He had a weak jawline, like no chin, weak jawline, and he had crazy eyes, very sparse eyebrows, and acne and all that stuff, whatever. This dude just got the worst short stick of them all. So this dude, he walked with a limp, like with literally a limp. So he was like, I'm so sorry. He was like dragging his fucking leg. And then he was autistic. And you can tell he was autistic. And this man had anger issues. Like, he had the most anger issues ever. He was just angry because life hated him or something. Like, and the thing was, no one bothered him. Not a single, from my perspective, no one bothered him because he was fucking crazy and weird. He bothered people. He was the crazy one. Let's see, bottoms. It's the same ones from... I'm going to do laundry soon. I just saw them there. I'm like, sure, why not? Because I have a pile of clothes there on that chair, and I'm like, hey, it is what it is. So he would pick on these people, right? And the kicker is with this. So, he's ugly. He's short. He has a speech impediment. He's autistic. He drags his fucking leg like fucking zombie and shit. Fucked up teeth. Just not great looking at all. And he had a missing arm. I'm not even kidding. He had a fucking missing arm. Like, he had like a prosthetic arm. Just to make things worse. He had a prosthetic arm. So what he would do when he would pick on these people, pick on him. No one was picking on him. No one fucking cared. When he would get angry, he would take his prosthetic arm off and throw it at people. I'm not even kidding. He would take it off and throw it at people. And one time, he threw at the wrong person. And this dude, I saw it happen. This dude walked by. He was just minding his business. Not even bothering him. He threw the prosthetic arm at him. And the guy's like, okay. So what the guy did, and honestly, good for the guy. The guy just took his prosthetic arm. He didn't give it back. So the guy had to hunt him down. This guy was an asshole. He was the worst out of all of them. But yeah, those are some crazy people I met. Like, I just met the weirdest fucking people. So, I'm going to say what I usually say. Then I'm going to finish getting ready. I'm going to eat something a little bit. Then I'm going to head out. And obviously change. I put some makeup on. But yeah, so. Thank you for showing up to my live. Thank you for listening to me out. Thank you for listening to my crazy stories. Thank you for the comments and the replies. Thank you for interacting with me. Without you, I would not be doing these lives because I like the interaction. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Go follow my links. My link tree. Since I can't, it's on TikTok. I can't, but I'll have to put a post somewhere, and then you can go see it. In my link tree, you'll see extra links. What time did I get? A couple? Okay, I have a couple minutes. Okay. You'll see extra links. So go look at those links if you want. I have a lot of links, so I can't remember all of them. But yeah, I'm on a lot of socials, so I'm on a lot of platforms, and I make it work somehow. My mains, since my TikTok is still down, because TikTok decided to take it down because old violations, they won't take off because it's a 90-day period for people who don't use TikTok. It's 90 days is 3 months. and they still have not taken it off. It's nice, there's a delay. So, my new one is Chris, like my nickname, KRIS, underscore San, SAN, underscore 30, underscore backup account. Go follow me in there. I already have 2 followers in there. So hopefully I can get some more followers and at least go live on there because that's how I make money and I enjoy it. That's what I mean. So I'm very upset that they fucking took it off because I worked so hard for that. But whatever. So follow me on YouTube. My YouTube is Chris KRIS Santos 23. I post on my mains every day. Even if it's a couple of videos, I try. I'm probably not gonna do like a bunch of videos for a while because it was just overwhelming and I don't have the time to. And if I do, then I'm making the time for it, but that won't be all the time. Like I'm not trying to post like 10 videos every day, as of recently. So my next one is Instagram. My Instagram, my thread, same name. Chris KRIS Santos 13. Pretty sure it's 13. Chris Santos 13. Pretty sure it is. Chris Santos 13. Hello. So is my threads. I post on there every fucking day, so go on there too. My Snapchat is Texas like the state, girl like girl, Mimi like MIMI 25. Go follow me in there. I post things on there I can't post on, Instagram, shit like that, naughty pictures, stuff like that. Even though I'm always like breaking the guidelines. I don't fucking care. They're not gonna kick me off. They'll be fine. Go follow me, and my other main, recent main, is Twitter. I refuse to call it X. That is Ariel, my middle name, ARIELLE. I have to spell this. My mom decides to spell my name different. Underscore Christy, KRISTY. I'll say it again. Ariel, ARIELLE. Underscore Christy, KRISTY. I post a lot of explicit content on there too because you can't post everything on Instagram, unfortunately. Even though I push the guidelines on Instagram as well, but whatever. So go follow me on there. I'm trying to get my follower-up account on Instagram, on Threads, so I can, have a bigger audience on live. You can go live on Twitter, so when they say I do plan I have already, but, hopefully, get, people in there with me, actually. So, yeah. What else? I use Daily Motion. People don't really use that, but you can go live on there. I have a Substack. I need 10 subscribers so I can go live. That'd be great. I'm trying to use this one app, favorited, whatever. It's like a live stream. I need 25 subscribers to go live, but that'll be a while. I use Clapper. I know y'all don't like Clapper, but I use it. My Clapper is Chris, and there's a notification in the fucking way. 30. Just one thing. I post on there too. I have a Twitch, I have a Kick, I have a Telegram, I don't really use it that much. I have a WhatsApp, I don't really use it that much. I have a WeAM, it's an app. I am going to post these on my backup TikTok. Okay. Like, screenshots instead of looking for it, right? What else? I have a Discord as well. I know I'm missing things. I have it. Okay, I can't talk about the Switch because I don't have it anymore. So I'll probably make a new subscription on my I'll make a new subscription on my TikTok, on my backup account. I have a Cameo. I would take a screenshot of that. If y'all want, you can get videos from me. You can also do private videos, whatever. So I'm gonna get that up and running as well. I'm still working on my podcast. I am gonna release it when I'm just busy, doing other stuff. I'm gonna put it in video in recording form in just audio form as well. So I'll release it like on YouTube, music. That's sorry. Spotify, stuff like that, the easy ones. Because I'm not trying to do, like, anything hard. Because work smarter, not harder. Best viewers on streamboo.com. Oh, I'm actually going to look at that. Streamview. Streamboo. I stream on Restream, Riverside, Streamlabs. Give me a second, what's the other one? I also have a Trovo, Trovo. I stream on MeetMe. Buzzcast recently. I tried the Popo Live, it was fine, and it was Yep, I tried that too, it was I'm going to try that. I do have a Yubo, if y'all do use Yubo. I'm going to start using that as well to make some money off of it too. I am going to eventually turn on my Facebook and like actually bring it up. So y'all can follow me on there and I'll make money off of that too. And, interact with me. And my family's blocked on Facebook because I don't want them seeing my fucking shit. They're hella nosy. And I do have another Twitter account. It's for, more spicier stuff. I will eventually get the name. Same thing for my Snapchats. I remember that Sheep. What else? I'm trying to think what else. I can't think what else. Other links as of now. What else? Okay, so go follow me on OnlyFans. If you go to my Instagram, my username's in there. You can it's in my link. It's in my bio. You can find me there. On the FanView, FANVUVUE, I'm there as well. You can find my username on there as well on my Instagram bio, and my threads as well. Red Gifts, follow me on Red Gifts as well. It's also in there. My username. I have a Fansly. I need to get the username. It's up and running right now. So follow me on there once I find it. So I can't think of it right now. I'm working on some other things, with that specifically. Go follow me on X Hamster and X Hamster Live. I cannot share it because I don't know how to share the screen name, so I'll just spell it out. And I go live on X Hamster Live. I'm also planning on going live on OnlyFans as well. My X Hamster account and X Hamster Live is tight. I'm not trying to guess. I'm just gonna spell it out. PUSSY_69. Tight. PUSSY_69. Go follow me on there. Oh, I also have a Rumble. Follow me on Rumble too. My Rumble is also. I'm pretty sure it's. I'm very sure it's. My name is my username is in my Instagram. I'm very sure. Yeah, I have a lot of links. So I know it's overwhelming, but it's I have to. Finish getting ready. I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna scratch this again because I'm not trying to have this look flat and shit. Fix this up a little bit. Put some makeup on, stuff like that. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Good night. Good morning. Wear sunscreen. Stop looking like lobsters. Drink water. Take a walk. Go touch grass. Whatever. Have a good day, everybody.